Now let us see what is fundamental principle of counting. So this principle of counting is very important when we learn permutations and combinations. So suppose there is an operation A that can be performed in m ways and operation B that can be performed in n ways, then the total number of ways in which the operation A or B can be performed is m plus n. So this is what is fundamental principle of counting. That suppose there is a task A or operation A that can be performed in m ways, and suppose there is another task or operation B which can be performed in n ways, then the total number of ways in which operation A or B can be performed is m plus n. So we will try to understand this taking an example. There are 3 footballs and 5 basketballs of different brand in a shop. In how many ways can a boy choose either a football or a basketball? So boy has given a choice and he can choose any one ball from the 3 footballs and 5 basketballs. So a boy can choose either a football or a basketball. So he can choose a football. So if he wants to choose a football, then he has 3 choices because there are 3 footballs of different brands. So he can choose any one football from the 3 footballs. So he has 3 ways. So he can perform this task in 3 different ways. And or he can also choose a basketball. So there are 5 basketball brands. So he can choose any one of the basketball from the 5 brands. So he has 5 ways to choose one basketball. So he has 5 different ways here. So there are 5 choices here. So 3 plus 5 is 8 ways. So a boy can choose any one football, either a football or a basketball from 8 different ways. So this is how the principle of counting works here. So when a task is to be done either in one way or the other way, then we are going to add up the number of ways. So this is what is fundamental principle of counting. Now this also can be extended for 3 or more operations. So suppose there is a third task C, and if it can be performed in P ways, then any one of the operation can A, B or C can be performed in m plus n plus p ways. So this fundamental principle of counting can also be extended for more than 3 operations. So just now we saw how a fundamental principle of counting works for any one operation if it is to be performed. Now we will see how it works if more than one operation is to be performed. So if an operation A can be performed in n ways and operation B can be performed in n ways, then the total number of ways in which operation A and the operation B can be performed is m into n ways. So in this case, there is operation A or task A that can be performed in m ways, and there is another task B or operation B that can be performed in n ways. And suppose we have to do operation A first and then operation B, then there are m into n ways in which A and B can be performed. So let us take an example to try to understand this. Now we will take the same example. There are 3 footballs and 5 basketballs of different brand in a shop. In how many ways can a boy choose one football and one basketball? So here he has to perform the first activity, that he can choose one football and he can also choose one basketball. So in this case, let us take the first task as we have to choose one football from the 3 footballs of different brands. So suppose he choose the first football. Now he has finished the first task. Now he has to do the second task. He can choose 5 basketballs. He can choose one basketball from 5 basketballs. So suppose if he choose the first basketball. So he has finished his task 1 and task 2 by choosing a first basketball. he can also choose the second basketball. So first ball and second basketball. So that is another way. Again, he can also choose the third basketball. So he has 5 different options to choose for the basketball for the second task. So there are 1 into 5 ways. There are 1 into 5 ways for the first football. So but there are 3 footballs. So we have 3 into 5 ways. So here the boy can choose a football in 3 different ways, and again with each of the way he has 5 different ways to choose a basketball. So there are total 3 into 5 is equal to 15 ways. Again, this can be extended for 3 or more operations. So if suppose C is the third task and can be performed in P ways, then the operations A, B and C can be performed in M into N into P ways. Let us take few examples on fundamental principle of counting. There are 8 kinds of gel pens and 5 kinds of ink pens available in a stationery shop. In how many ways you can choose a gel pen or an ink pen? So or an ink pen. So you have to purchase, you have to choose either a gel pen or an ink pen. That is, you have to do task 1 or task 2, operation A or operation B. So when or is there, it is a fundamental principle of counting for the addition that you have to use. So the number of ways to choose a gel pen here, that is to perform a task 1, that is choose a gel pen, is 8, and number of ways to choose an ink pen is 5. So there are 8 ways to choose a gel pen and 5 ways to choose an ink pen, but we have to choose only one pen out of the 13 pens. So the total number of ways to choose either a gel pen or an ink pen is 8 plus 5, that is equal to 13 ways. Now suppose there are 10 flavors of ice creams and 5 different sizes of cones. How many different ways you can get an ice cream made? You can get an ice cream made. So here, suppose you go to a ice cream shop and there are 10 flavors of ice creams and 5 different sizes of cones, and shopkeeper asks you to make a choice how your ice cream is to be made. Then you can take the first one as the task 1 and the second as the task 2. So here the task 1, that is choosing the flavor of the ice cream. So there are 10 ways. So number of ways to choose the flavor of the ice cream is 10. So this is for the task 1. And again, for the flavor which you have chosen, you can have different choices for the sizes of cones. So number of ways to choose the size of cone is 5. So for any one of the flavor of the ice cream, you have any 5 ways to choose for the size of the cone. So here the total number of different ways to get an ice cream made is 10 into 5, because you are going to perform both the tasks here, one after the other. So you have to use the multiplication principle. So it is 10 into 5 because both tasks are to be done. Whereas in this case, you have to choose either a gel pen or an ink pen. So any one of the tasks is to be done. Whereas in this case, you have to choose a flavor of the ice cream first and then choose the size of the cone. So you are going to perform both the activities or both the tasks. So you have to use a multiplication principle. So it is 10 into 5 is equal to 50. So total number of different ways to get an ice cream made is equal to 50 ways. Let us take another example. A family wants to travel from Chennai to Delhi via Mumbai. There are 8 trains from Chennai to Mumbai and 6 trains from Mumbai to Delhi. How many travel options are available for the family? So here a family is willing to travel from Chennai to Delhi via Mumbai, and there are 8 trains from Chennai to Mumbai and 6 trains from Mumbai to Delhi. So we have to find out how many travel options are available for the family. So let us take task 1 as it is a traveling from Chennai to Mumbai, and task 2 as traveling from Mumbai to Delhi. So task 1 can be performed in 8 different ways because there are number of trains from Chennai to Mumbai are 8 and number of trains from Mumbai to Delhi are 6. So the second task can be performed in 6 different ways. So here you can see this figure. Chennai to Mumbai we have 8 trains available. So let us call them as train 1, train 2, train 3 and so on. And Mumbai to Delhi we have 6 trains available here, A, B, C, D, E, F. So suppose if the family choose to go by train 1, then with the train 1 the family again has 6 options available here. Train A, train B, train C or train D, so on. So they can either go by train 1 and train A, train 1 and train B, train 1 and train C and so on. So 6 options are available here. Again, if the family wants to go by train 2, then train 2 and again the second task, that is traveling from Mumbai to Delhi, can be performed by 6 different ways. So 8 ways into 6 ways. So we have to apply the fundamental principle of counting here for the multiplication, 8 into 6 ways, because both the tasks are to be performed here, traveling from Chennai to Mumbai and then traveling from Mumbai to Delhi. So we have 8 into 6 ways, that is 48 ways. So 48 travel options are available for the family. Let's take another example. Hina goes to her local pizza parlor and orders a pizza. She can choose either a large or a medium pizza, can have 3 different choices of crust and can choose one of 7 different toppings. How many different pizzas could Hina order? So Hina goes to a local pizza parlor and wants to order a pizza. So the shopkeeper gives her choices of choosing either a large or a medium pizza, and also she can choose one of the 3 different types of crusts, and she can also choose one of the 7 different toppings. So we have to find out here in how many different ways Hina could order the pizza. So types of pizza here are 2, because either a medium size or a large size pizza. Then choices for the crusts are 3 and choices for the toppings are 7. So Hina can take this as the 3 tasks. That's choosing a type of the pizza as a task 1, choosing type of the crust as task 2 and choosing the topping as task 3. And she has to do all the tasks one after the other. So we have to apply the fundamental principle of counting for the multiplication here, because she has to do all the tasks one after the other. So it is 2 into 3 into 7, that is equal to 42. Or you can understand it this way. So if suppose Hina chooses large pizza type, and then if she chooses large pizza, then she has to choose again one of the 3 crusts, that is of type 1, 2 and 3. So she has 3 choices here. Again with one of the type of the crust, she has choice of 7 different toppings. So suppose topping A, B, C, D are there, then she can choose any one of the 7 toppings. And for each of the 7 topping, again she has 3 types of different crusts here. So if she chooses to have large pizza, then any one of the 3 crusts and again any 7 of the toppings. So here there are 21 types of pizza that can be chosen. So for the large size, and again for the medium size there are 21 different pizzas. So there are total number of 42 pizzas. So she can order in 42 different ways the pizza she wants to have. Let's see the next problem. Suppose a shopkeeper sells shirts of 5 different companies. There are 2 types of shirts, half sleeve and full sleeve, with 5 different colors white, red, blue, orange and green. And also this come in small, medium, large and X large sizes. Then how many types of shirts are there in total? So there is a shopkeeper who is selling the shirts, and there are he is selling the shirts from 5 different companies. So the number of different companies of the shirts here is 5. The total number of types of shirts is 2. So here it's given that there are 2 types of shirts, half sleeve and full sleeve. So number of types of shirts is 2 with 5 different colors. So total number of colors is 5 and total number of sizes is small, medium, large and X large. So it is 4. So total number of shirts is equal to 5 into 2 into 5 into 4. So with 5 different companies, he again has 2 different types of shirts. In the 2 different types of shirts, there are 5 colors and again 4 sizes. So he has 200 shirts which he has to sell. Let's take next example. A club has 100 gentlemen and 50 ladies. In how many ways can a committee of 1 gentleman and 1 lady be formed? So here the number of gentlemen is 100 and number of ladies is 50. We have to find out in how many ways a committee can be formed of 1 gentleman and 1 lady. So we have to choose 1 gentleman from 100 gentlemen. So we have 100 ways of choosing a gentleman and 1 lady from 50 ladies. So we have 50 ways of choosing a lady, and we have to choose from both. That is, we have to perform both these operations or both these tasks. So we have to use the multiplication principle. So the total number of ways a committee of 1 gentleman and 1 lady be formed is equal to 100 into 50 is equal to 5000. Let's take the next example. Find the total number of 2-digit numbers that can be formed from the digits 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. First one, if repetition of digit is allowed and if the repetition of digit is not allowed. So there are digits given here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 digits are given and we have to find the total number of 2-digit numbers that can be formed from these 6 digits. So let us first take the first one. Repetition of digit is allowed. So let us take the 2-digit number with here. So 2-digit number has a units place and tens place. So suppose we have 1 at the tens place. Suppose we have digit 1 at the tens place. Then in the units place we can have, since the repetition of digit is allowed, we can have 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or 6. So with 1 in the tens place, we have 6 choices for the units place. Any one of the digit from 1 to 6. So we have 6 choices for the units place. So for 6 choices in the tens place, we have again 6 choices for the units place. So the total number of combinations will be 6 into 6, because here you can have 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or 6. So with again 1 in the tens place, you can use any one of the digits in the units place from 1 to 6. So you have 6 choices here. So the total combinations will be 6 into 6. Now let us take if the repetition of digit is not allowed. So suppose in the units place, if we choose to take in the tens place, if we choose to take 1 digit, then you cannot use 1 again in the units place, because according to the condition the repetition of digit is not allowed. So you cannot take 1 here, but you can take 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you have 5 options for the units place. So for 1 in the tens place, you have 5 options for the units place. So again for the second digit, suppose if you take 2, then you cannot use 2 here, but you can have 1. So again 5 options. If you take 3 in the tens place, you cannot take 3, but you can take 1, 2, 4, 5, 6. So again 5 options. So 6 into 5 is equal to 30 combinations. So you can say that you can form 36 two-digit numbers if repetition of digit is allowed, and 30 two-digit numbers if repetition of digit is not allowed. Let's take the next example. Find the total number of two-digit numbers that can be formed from the digits 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 if repetition of digit is allowed and if repetition of digit is not allowed. So let us first take if repetition of digit is allowed. So in the previous example, the digits were different. That is, the digits were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. And here the digits are 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 6 digits are there, but 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So in tens place, we cannot use 0. So for the tens place, we are left with only 5 options, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So in tens place we are left with only 5 options, and in the units place we are left with 6 options because 0 can be used in the units place. So suppose that we have 1 in the tens place, then we have 0, 1, because repetition of digit is allowed. I can take, even if I have taken 1 in the tens place, I can take 1 in the units place. So we have the options 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 6 options are available here for the units place. But in case of tens place, we cannot use 0 in the tens place. So we have only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 options. So for the tens place 5 options, and for the units place 6 options. So 5 into 6 is 30. 30 combinations will be formed, or 30 two-digit numbers will be formed if repetition of digit is allowed. And suppose if repetition of digit is not allowed, then again you cannot use 0 in the tens place. So you can either use 1 or 2, 3, 4, 5. So for the tens place we have 5 options, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the tens place, we can again have 0 in the units place, or 1 in the units place, or 2 in the units place, or 3, 4, 5. So because repetition is not allowed, we cannot have 1. But other than 1, we can have 0, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 options. So here, suppose if you to choose 2 in the tens place, then you can have 2, 0, 2, 1, but you cannot have 2, 2. So, but you can use 0, 1, 3, 4 and 5. So 5 options. So because repetition of digit is not allowed, you have to skip only that digit which you have used in the tens place. So again you are left with the 5 options here. So because 0 cannot be used in the tens place, you have 5 options for the tens place, and because repetition of digit is not allowed, you have 5 options in the units place. So 5 into 5 is equal to 25. So 25 two-digit numbers can be formed from these 6 digits if repetition of digit is not allowed. Coming to the next problem, how many 3-digit numbers can be formed using digits 1, 2, 3, 5, 7, 9 without repetition? So we have to form 3-digit number using the digits 1, 2, 3, 5, 7 and 9. So 6 digits are given. So there are 6 digits given here, and we have to form 3-digit numbers, and the condition given here is without repetition. So when we have a 3-digit number, we have hundreds place, tens place, ones place. So suppose we have 1 in the hundreds place, then we cannot use 1 in the tens place, and we cannot use 1 in the ones place. Now suppose if I choose 1 in the hundreds place and 2 in the tens place, then I cannot choose 2 in the ones place, or even 1 in the ones place. So I can choose 3 in the ones place. So with 1 in the hundreds place and 2 in the tens place, I have 3 or 5 or 7 or 9 in the ones place. So 1, 2, 3 will be one option, 1, 2, 5, 1, 2, 7, 1, 2, 9. In the same way, with 1 in the hundreds place and 3 in the tens place, I cannot use again 1 and 3, but I can use 2. So 1, 3, 2, 1, 3, 5, 1, 3, 7, 1, 3, 9. So I have again 4 numbers here. In the same way again, 1 in the hundreds place, I can have 5 in the tens place, then I cannot have 1 and 5 in the ones place, but I can have 2, 3, 7 and 9 and so on. So you can take it like this. So there is a hundreds place here, tens place and ones place. So for the hundreds place, you can use any one of these digits, that is 1, 2, 3, 5, 7 and 9. So you have 6 choices. For the hundreds place, you have 6 choices. So suppose if you choose 1, then you will be left with 2, 3, 5, 7 and 9, that is 5 choices. So in the tens place, for the tens place, you have 5 choices. So for any given number in the hundreds place, you have 5 choices for the tens place. So because you have used 2 digits here, for any number, for any 2 numbers, for the ones place, you will be left with 4 choices. Suppose for example, you have used 3 in the hundreds place and 7 in the tens place, then you are left with 1, 2, 3 and 9 for the ones place. So 4 options, 1, 2, 3 and 9. So you can say there are 6 choices for the hundreds place and you have to skip that digit which you have already used in the hundreds place. So you will be left with 5 choices for the tens place. So now you have to skip both those digits, that is which you have placed in the hundreds place and the tens place. Then you will be left with 4 choices in the ones place. So it is 6 into 5 into 4. So this can be performed in 6 ways. Filling the tens place can be performed in 5 ways, and then filling the ones place can be performed in 4 ways. So you have 6 into 5 into 4 is equal to 120 numbers. So 120 numbers of 3 digits can be formed without repetition of digits. Let's take the next example. If repetition of digits is not allowed, find how many numbers of 5 digits can be formed using the digits 0, 1, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8. How many of these have 1. Have 0 in the units place, 2. Have 5 in the units place, 3. Are divisible by 5 and 4 are not divisible by 5. So here it is the same kind of question which we have already solved in previously. So there the question was with the 2 digits number and 3 digit numbers. Here it is a 5 digit number. So we have to form a 5 digit number with the given digits here. 7 digits are given, 0, 1, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we will begin now with how many 5 digit numbers can be formed first. So a 5 digit number is having units place, tens place, hundreds place, thousands place and 10,000s place. So in the 10,000s place, any number cannot begin with 0, so we cannot have 0 in the 10,000s place, but of course we can have either one of these 1, 3, 5, 6, 7 and 8. So 6 choices are there for the 10,000s place. We cannot use 0 in the 10,000s place, but we can use any one of these digits 1, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there are 6 choices available for the 10,000s place. Now suppose that we are using digit 1, or you can say take any other digit, but let us take for an example 1. Then if we are using 1 in the 10,000s place, so here repetition of digit is not allowed. So we cannot use 1, but we can use any other digit other than 1, because 1 we have already used. But 0 can be used in the thousands place. So 0 can also be one of the option. So 0, 3, 5, 6, 7 and 8. So again 6 choices are available for the thousands place. Now suppose that we are using 3 in the thousands place, then we will be left with the remaining 5 choices, that is 5, 6, 7, 8 and 0. Again, suppose we are using 5, then we will be left with the options 6, 7, 8, 0 or choices 6, 7, 8, 0. So when you proceed further, one of your digit which we have already used, we cannot use it for the next place. So because it is mentioned that repetition of digit is not allowed. So we have 6 choices, as 0 cannot be used in the 10,000s place, but 0 can be used in the thousands place. So we have again 6 choices for the thousands place. But since we are using one of the digit here, the digit we have already used in the previous 2 places, we cannot use them. So we have 5 choices in the hundreds place, then 4 choices in the tens place, and then 3 choices in the units place. So we have 6 into 6 into 5 into 4 into 3, that is equal to 2160 5-digit numbers without repetition of digits, where the repetition of digit is not allowed. Now we will come to the first sub question. 5-digit numbers can be formed with how many numbers have 0 in the units place? So we have to find out the 5-digit numbers that can be formed with 0 at the units place. So let us first put 0 in the units place. So here again in the starting of the question only, it is given that repetition of digit is not allowed. So we will put 0 in the units place, and again we will come from the first place. Now you cannot use 0 here, but you can have any other option or any other digit from the remaining 6 digits. So you have 6 choices here. Again, when you use one of the digit here, you are left with the other 5 digits, because 0 we have already used, so we cannot use 0. So the remaining 6 digits, one of the digit can be used in the 10,000s place, one of the digit from the remaining digits can be used in the thousands place. You have to skip the digits which you have used in the previous 2 positions. So in the hundreds place you will be left with the 4 choices. Again for the tens place you will be left with the 3 choices. In units place you have only one choice, because it's given in the question itself that 5-digit number that can be formed with 0 at units place. So you have to use 0 in the units place. So you have no choice. There is only one choice, that is 0. The number should have a 0 in the units place. So we have 6 into 5 into 4 into 3 into 1, 5-digit numbers that have 0 in the units place. When you calculate this, you will get 360 numbers. So 360 5-digit numbers can be formed with these digits with 0 at units place. Now we will come to the second sub question. Have 5 in the units place. So we have to form 5-digit numbers that have 5 at the units place. So again, just like we solved the second sub question, first let us keep 5 in the units place because it is mentioned so we don't have any other choice there. You have to use 5 at the units place. Again, come to the 10,000s place now. In 10,000s place, you have the remaining 6 digits, but again in those 6 digits you cannot use 0. So you are left with the 5 choices, 1, 3, 6, 7 and 8, because 0 you cannot use here and 5 you have already used in the units place. So one of the 5 digits, 1, 3, 6, 7 and 8 you can use in the 10,000s place. So once you use one digit in the 10,000s place, come to the thousands place, you have those remaining digits and 0 also you can use in the thousands place. So 0 is allowed here, so you have again 5 choices. Now again you have already used the two digits in the 10,000s place and thousands place. You cannot use them in the hundreds place because repetition of digit is not allowed. So you have again 4 choices left with, then 3 choices left with. So the total number of 5-digit numbers that can be formed with 5 at units place is 5 into 5 into 4 into 3 into 1, which is equal to 300. So this is your answer for the second sub question. Now the third one is numbers that are divisible by 5. So we already know that the divisibility rules tell that a number having 0 or 5, all the numbers that end either with 0 or 5 are all divisible by 5. So we have all those numbers which ends either with 0 or 5, those are all divisible by 5, and we have already calculated those here. The 5-digit numbers that can be formed with 0 at unit place is this. So these many numbers are the numbers which are having 0 at the units place, and these are the numbers which are having 5 at the units place. So we have, when we add this, we get all those numbers which end either with 0 or 5 and which are divisible by 5. So 660 numbers are such that which are divisible by 5 because all the numbers which are having 0 or 5 at the units place are all divisible by 5. So all those numbers which have either 0 or 5 in the units place are all divisible by 5. So these are the numbers here, 660 numbers. Then the last question is not divisible by 5. So the total number of 5-digit numbers that can be formed are calculated here, is calculated already. It is 2160. Out of those 2160, 660 numbers are divisible by 5. So the remaining numbers are not divisible by 5. So just I am subtracting 660 from all the numbers. So I am getting 1500 numbers which are not divisible by 5. So this is how we are going to solve this kind of problems. We have to just go step by step and we can arrive at the answer.